What's going on, guys? It's your boy Fano here, and in this CSGO video, I'm going to give you guys a cheap Stat-Trak CSGO loadout. I tried to find the cheapest, best looking Stat-Trak skins out there, and yes guys, there is a Stat-Trak knife at the end of the video, so make sure you guys stay tuned for that. But anyways guys, let's hop right into this video. The first skin I have for you is this Stat-Trak USPS Torque field tested. You can currently get this skin for $3.54, and if you can find one with a low float, the Torque really is your best cheap Stat-Trak USPS skin option. It looks really good, the scratches aren't really that noticeable on a field tested one, and it makes for some really interesting sticker combos. However, moving on to the P2000 skin, I have a Stat-Trak handgun minimal wear, which costs around $3.60. It's a bit steep guys, but it is a restricted skin nonetheless, and it looks really good in minimal wear. It probably doesn't have to be minimal wear because it looks pretty good even in like field tested or well worn. Nonetheless guys, minimal wear is the one I'm going with for this video. For our Glock 18 skin, I have a Stat-Trak Off-World Battle Scarred, which is currently going for around 84 cents on the market. Compared to the USPS and the P2000 skins, this is a really cheap skin, and I highly recommend you guys take a look at it. It actually looks really good in Battle Scarred condition. Battle Scarred and Factory New condition on this skin look really good, so let me know what you guys think of this skin. But moving on, the next skin I have for you is this Desert Eagle Bronze Deco Stat-Trak. It's in the field tested condition, and it currently costs around $1.70. There are some scratches, yes guys, but it is a shiny, glossy, metallic Desert Eagle skin, and especially if you guys are on a budget, this skin will work wonders for you. Of course, if you guys prefer to roll with the revolver, you can always go with a Stat-Trak Crimson Web field tested, which is currently going for around 90 cents. There are cheaper options, of course. You can go with like a grip or a survivalist, but I really like Crimson Web skins, so I think it looks really good, and for under $1, it's a no-brainer. Next up, we have a Stat-Trak CZ75 Auto Twist Minimal Wear, which is currently going for 80 cents, as well as a Stat-Trak 5.7 Capillary Field Tested, which is only going for 30 cents on the Steam market. Of course, for our Tech 9 skin, look no further than the Stat-Trak Sandstorm Field Tested. This mil-spec weapon right here costs around 36 cents, and you can do some digging to find a nice pattern on it. I prefer my Sandstorms to have as much purple as possible, so be on the lookout for more purple guys. They're generally the more desirable ones. But next up, for our P250 skin, I have a Valence Field Tested, which is currently going for 80 cents. And for our Dual Beretta skins, I have an Elite 1.6 Field Tested, which is currently going for 30 cents. Of course, this skin is from the new CSGO 20th anniversary case, so shout out to that case, guys. I had to give it some love, and I think this skin looks really good for a cheap Stat-Trak CSGO loadout. That being said, guys, for our Mac 10 skin, I have a Stat-Trak Oceanic Field Tested, which is only going for around 30 cents, and with the Mac 10 update, this skin looks so nice. I actually didn't know that the Field Tested could look this good, so I highly recommend you check out this skin. And for our MP7 skin, I have a Stat-Trak Urban Hazard Field Tested, which is currently going for around 28 cents. It also looks really good even with some scratches on it. And if you guys prefer to roll with the MP5, I decided to rep another CS 20th anniversary case skin. Of course, I'm talking about the Agent, so get a Stat-Trak Agent Field Tested, which is currently going for around $3.84. It's a bit steep guys, but I guarantee you, you're gonna love it, especially with some really nice CS20 foil stickers. Moving on, we have a Stat-Trak P90 Traction Field Tested, which is going for around 42 cents. And for our PP Bison skin, I decided to go with a Stat-Trak Night Riot Field Tested, which is only going for 21 cents. For our UMP45 skin, I decided to go with a Stat-Trak Labyrinth Field Tested, which is going for 26 cents. It actually looks really good in field tested. I thought there would be more scratches, so it was definitely a nice surprise, guys. I highly recommend you check out this skin. And for our MP9 skin, I decided to go with a Modest Threat Field Tested, which is currently going for 31 cents. Of course, I'm talking about the Stat-Trak version. Looking ahead to some shotgun skins, for our Nova skin, I have a Stat-Trak Exo Field Tested, which is currently going for 35 cents. It looks really good. It has no scratches on it, virtually no scratches on it. Not too many people really use this skin. I actually haven't seen anybody using this skin, but then again, who really uses the Nova? For our sawed-off skin, I have a Stat-Trak Origami Field Tested, which is currently going for 25 cents. And for our XM1014 skin, I have a Stat-Trak Slipstream Factory New, which is only going for $1.33. I actually thought it was going to be more expensive, but I was wrong. Moving on to the Mag 7 skin, I have a Stat-Trak Firestarter Well Worn, which is currently going for around 93 cents. I think it looks really good and well worn. It's not as beat up as a Battle Scarred, which I kind of like. I kind of like it to have a little bit more of the skin intact. The battle scarred is just way too beat up in my opinion, so I think the well-worn offers a really nice balance of burnt and fire and skin. Let me know what you guys think. What condition of the skin do you guys like the most? Next up on our list, we have a Stat-Trak Negev Terrain field tested, which is currently going for around 40 cents. And for our M249 skin, I decided to go with a Stat-Trak System Lock field tested, which is going for only 42 cents. For our Stat-Trak AK-47 skin, I decided to go with an Uncharted field tested, which is currently going for around $4.25. You guys can also go with an Elite build, but I think it is a little bit more expensive than the Uncharted, so I had to go with the Uncharted, guys. This is a cheap Stat-Trak Loadout video, and I mean, I really like the Uncharted. That being said, guys, for our M4A4 skin, I have a Stat-Trak Magnesium field tested, which is currently going for only $2.73. A Stat-Trak M4 skin for only $2.73. I think that's a steal. Be on the lookout for my Magnesium sticker combinations video coming out in the next couple of days. But of course, guys, if you prefer to roll with the M4A1S, I recommend going with a Flashback field tested, which is currently going on the market for around $3.38. It looks really good in field tested condition. It's not too beat up, it's not too shiny and clean. I think it's just the right amount of wear on a skin, and it looks really good. And in Stat-Trak condition, it looks amazing, guys, so I highly recommend you go for this skin if you're looking for a cheap M4A1S Stat-Trak skin. That being said, guys, moving on to our AWP skin, I recommend going with the Phobos field tested. This Stat-Trak skin currently costs around $6.86 on the Steam market, and boy is it worth it, guys. This is probably the best cheap AWP Stat-Trak skin you can currently get. I think your only other option for around the same price is like a Stat-Trak Worm God, and it doesn't look as good as this in my opinion, so I highly recommend you guys check out this skin. The Phobos is definitely one of my favorite cheap op skins. Moving on, guys, for our Stat-Trak SSG08 skin, I recommend going with the Abyss Battle Scarred. It's currently going for around $1.26 on the market. I think it's a pretty good deal. I really like the Battle Scarred version of this skin. However, some people don't like the darker shades of blue, so if you are one of those people, then I don't recommend going for this skin. If you guys have a little bit more cash, you can go for like a field tested or a minimal wear, maybe even a factory new, and the shade of blue will arguably be nicer, but again, that's all subjective, so let me know what you guys like. Do you prefer a factory new or a Battle Scarred Abyss? Let me know by taking the poll, which will appear on the top right hand corner of your screen. However, guys, moving on to our Galil AR skin, I have a Stat-Trak Sandstorm field tested skin, which is currently going for around 63 cents. Just like your Tech 9 Sandstorm, try to find one with more purple and you'll be good to go. For the FAMAS skin, I recommend going with a Stat-Trak Decommissioned Battle Scarred skin, which is currently going for around 64 cents. It's from the new CS20 case. It reminds you of 1.6 OG Counter-Strike for the win, guys, so I highly recommend you check out that skin. And moving on, guys, for our SG553 skin, I recommend going with a Stat-Trak Phantom Minimal Wear, which is currently going for $6.64. It's a bit pricey, I know, guys, but I mean, everybody's using the SG skin until they nerf it, of course. But until that time comes, why not have a really nice skin that you can show off to all your friends? And in my opinion, the Phantom is definitely one of my favorite SG skins in the game. If this is too much money for you guys, you can probably go with like an Aerial, field tested, or minimal wear, and you'll definitely save some cash. The same principle applies for our AUG skin that I selected. Of course, I'm talking about the Stat-Trak Sid Mead field tested. This classified skin right here costs a whopping $7.91. It's not cheap, guys, but it's definitely a really nice AUG skin. All the pros are using it, and for good reason. It has a really nice futuristic looking pattern, so I highly recommend you guys give this skin a shot. The Triqua is also a great alternative, probably a much cheaper alternative, but nonetheless, guys, I tried to find a relatively cheap, really nice looking AUG skin. And I mean, it is Stat-Trak, guys, so $8 for a Stat-Trak rifle skin, I think it's pretty good. Of course, for our Stat-Trak Scar 20 skin, look no further than the Grotto field tested. It's only going for 35 cents, and it's by far the best Scar 20 skin you'll ever own. Just ask anybody from Sweden and you'll probably get a good answer. But anyways, guys, jokes aside, for our Stat-Trak G3SG1 skin, I have the Ventilator field tested, which is only going for 24 cents. And I think this skin is really nice, and it complements the Elite 1.6 dual Berettas. So those two skins make a really nice combo, and if you really are daring, you can put some gold stickers on it to really make these two skins shine. Of course, you can't have a loadout without a knife, so for our Stat-Trak knife, I recommend going with a Falchion knife Forest DD Pat field tested. This skin right here is currently going for $88.37 on the Steam flea market, so it's a pretty good deal, guys. It's a Stat-Trak knife, looks really good. Yes, it's a falchion knife, so it's not everybody's cup of tea, but I mean, we are on a budget and we're trying to be thrifty here, so this is the best we can do. If you guys aren't a fan of falchion knives, your best bet is probably like a gut knife, so maybe the Stat-Trak gut knife ultraviolet field tested, which is currently going for $92, will probably fancy your boat. At this point, guys, all the cheap Stat-Trak knives are falchion knives, navaja knives, and gut knives, so make your pick. Let me know in the comment section below if you guys have any other cheap Stat-Trak knives that you want to suggest for us. You guys know me, I enjoy reading all of your comments, and I'll definitely give you guys a heart. That's about all I had for this video, guys. Like, comment, and subscribe as always for future CSGO videos. So until next time, this is Fano, signing out.